Sherman, Penny, why are you two dressed like ancient Greeks?
I lost her in ancient Egypt.
And I got engaged to King Tut. Then we ran out of gas.
In ancient Troy.
You used the Wayback!
Yeah, she was into it.
Oh my.
DreamWorks, Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Mr. Peabody, a hyper-intelligent dog, and his adopted son Sherman get into a bit of trouble when Sherman shows the Wayback, Mr. Peabody's time machine, to a dinner guest named Penny. The Good. Based on an old comic strip of the same name, this movie uses a lot of historical humor. Most of the historical topics covered in this movie are very general knowledge type things. And not only are the jokes clever, but if you know a little more than the average person about certain historical figures, some of the jokes even have more layers to them. My favorite aspect about the humor of this movie though is that it's educational and yet never boring. Regarding the non-educational aspects of humor in this movie, for one, it's very quick-paced and quite witty, there are a lot of puns, and this movie is rated PG. These are major plus factors for me personally because one, I really like puns, and two, I like the possibilities that a PG rating can get away with as opposed to a G rating. Although the trailers for this movie don't hint at it very strongly, there is a certain emotional depth that this movie goes to. The only thing I'll say about that is it involves the audience being angry at a character for pretty much the entire movie. The iffy. Some of the jokes in this movie may not quite work if you're not aware of certain historical elements, although my 8-year-old cousin saw this movie and he seemed to really like it, so there you go. But even then, the characters are acting silly enough that I think even the kids who don't get the jokes that are being told to them will laugh just because characters are being silly. I didn't see this movie in 3D, and it doesn't come across as the kind of movie that has the visual style that demands you see it in 3D for all the glorious visuals. It's not that glorious. The bad. There are a few very cliched moments in this movie where everything just kind of stops and then a character makes a big epic speech, or it can be just a short epic speech, but it's meant to have impact. These moments are quite hokey, especially when compared to the rest of the movie, which was very quick and very witty. The verdict? I really like the way that this movie plays with the part of your brain storing general history knowledge. While this is a movie I could deal with just having one of, there is a part of me that wants a sequel. This is Detective Steve, wishing the history class I'm currently taking in college could be as interesting as this movie.